Hey.
All right, we're here with Kevin Conroy, who has been the voice of Batman for how long now?
20 years.
20 years. And I mean, I was actually talking to my wife about this because you are like the Batman she grew up with.
Yeah.
And it's strange because I'm just a little bit older, and so I still go back to like Adam West a little bit. But how does it feel to kind of be in that position where there's two generations of children now for whom you are like this incredibly important character?
It's an honor, really, to be associated with this whole legend. I really stumbled into it. I've worked hard at it. I hope I've brought something to it. But it's just the luck of the draw. Largely, I'm just a very lucky guy who stumbled into this job and have it last for 20 years. I mean, my actor friends hate me.
Well, and I mean, they've reinvented Batman a half dozen times just in the time that you've been doing this,
Yeah.
and even when you don't get one gig, you're brought back for the next one. So
It's been great.
And what's the difference in your approach between? Obviously, there's a big difference in terms of filming for the animated series versus the feature films. Is there a difference to the way you have to approach these things, or is it still just kind of the same basic thing?
There is a difference, but you have to work with the different genres. But the important thing is the consistency in the character, because I've discovered that the thing about Batman is he's so mythological. The story is so big that the audience is so devoted to it. It's a huge audience. They know more about Batman than I do. Really, most of them are better aficionados at the history of Batman than I am. So if I was ever insincere or tried to fake it, they'd hear it in a second. It's got to be a very genuine sound, and it's got to be the Batman sound that I've established for so long, and to be consistent with it, or they'll be able to tell in a heartbeat that I'm not being honest. But that being said, you want to be consistent with the sound, but applying it to all these different things, like the TV shows, or the direct-to-video movies, or now the games that we've been creating. They're different venues, but consistency with the voice is what's important.
And one last quick thing, because I know you've got to go, but talking about, you're almost kind of sounding like you're talking about subtext and like the sincerity of it. How tough is it to kind of build in something where in like Justice League Doom, what happens is to a certain extent Batman's fault, and does that affect the way that you play the character?
Well, it's Batman's fault that it starts, but think about why he did what he did. He's the only superhero with no superpowers. All these other people he deals with have supernatural, bizarre powers. Batman is a mortal with his wits. That's it. So what would happen if any of these superheroes ever went rogue? So he's got to have a way of controlling them. So it's actually very smart that he has this default plan of what to do if any of these people went out of control. So I think it was a great idea for a story. I think it made a lot of sense.
All right. Well, we're getting the wrap-up sense.
Okay.
I will let you go. Thanks very much
Sure.
for joining us.
Thanks.
Thanks.